All right, and welcome back to Late Night Love. And before we start, we want to remind you you can find us at latenightLove.us. And you can also send us your questions, comments, suggestions to love at latenightLove.us. You can find us at YouTube, Facebook, etc. Do the like, subscribe, share, fun things. It helps us out. And send us a comment every now and again. I think Lovey's still checking those. Are you still checking those? Did you find the mean ones the other day? There we go.
I think I need you to reset to refresh my thing. It won't let me log in.
Oh, okay. So we'll do that.
Okay.
I will have to do that.
And then I'm all over it.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now we are into our love segment with the growing pains in the heart. Love changes shape over time, and sometimes that shift feels unsettling. Maybe a big age gap suddenly hits differently. Maybe your husband's bathroom habits are affecting family planning. Maybe your child's activities, independence, or safety spark new anxieties. Maybe grandparents don't understand your parenting choices. Love is rarely tidy. Tonight, we are exploring the tender, awkward, deeply human moments where love bumps into fear, growth, and the unknown. All right.
Okay. She has this lady.
Okay.
She's 37.
Okay.
With a 13 and a half year age gap to her husband.
Okay.
He's older.
Okay.
And they have children.
Okay.
And suddenly she's feeling weird about the age gap.
She's feeling weird about it?
Yeah.
Why? He's what, 60?
Uh-huh.
And she's 37. He's 60. Yeah, should have thought about that a while back. If that's
no,
the
50.
Issue.
40, 50.
Yeah, 50.
Yeah.
She got 10 years before she really has to worry about it. Start worrying about it. Just saying.
You didn't think this through, did you, darling?
Yeah,
but you're here now.
Yeah, what is she suddenly feeling weird about?
Well, because her children are, now that she has children, she thinks about them marrying somebody older, and would she feel comfortable?
Yeah, but she's not a child. She's 37. When did they get married? When she was 18 or something?
No, she was in her early 20s.
So this is this problem with what young mothers have. First time, parents and whatnot.
Yeah.
They overthink things like this. Don't worry about it.
You're in trouble, sweetie.
Yeah, you're worried about things that, frankly.
And why are you weird about your husband? I mean, you were in your early 20s, clearly an adult of consenting age. It's not like he's a pervert.
Well, and here's the thing. If she was in her early 20s, that means they've been together 13, 14, 15 years.
I know, yes.
So why is she getting
just now
getting weird about it? There's something else going on. She's, feeling her own age, her own midlife crisis, third life crisis.
Mm-hmm.
We'll call it a third life crisis. 37, not quite middle age yet. Well, maybe it is, but it's her third life crisis. Yeah.
If you want to talk with someone, with a counselor, maybe I only see this as, just a couple session issue, really. It's someone to bounce an idea off of. That's a professional. We are not professional. There's something going on here.
I have a suspicion what's going on here. She's paying too much attention to the news, isn't over relating to herself. There's a bunch of people discussing a bunch of files these days, and that's sinking in.
But that was about young girls. Girls.
Doesn't matter when someone's head goes running away, now does it? This is good. If the connection doesn't have to be direct, it just has to be there somehow. And next thing you know, it becomes internalized. And especially in today's overly polarized world. So she doesn't necessarily have to make the connection consciously, right? Just it's in the kind of popular zeitgeist, and so her mind processes these things, and now she's made some goofy connection that really is not there. But yeah, this ship sailed a long time ago, sister. I just, I'm. It's hard to feel a whole lot of sympathy for her, other
You
than
have children.
you
You're kind of committed. You were when you said I do.
yeah, that's what.
You went all in.
But yeah, work with yourself on this one.
You definitely
I-
don't burn the house down.
You'll be all right. You'll
It'll
work
be
through it.
okay, sweetie.
You'll work through it. My guess is, I hate to say this to a 37-year-old woman, but it's a phase. You'll be all right. It's
Thought she was done with phases.
she'll grow out of it. Oh no, she got a few more coming through. We won't talk about menopause and all that. Shh, we'll keep that one quiet for another 5-6 years before we'll warn her about that thing. But we don't want to wait too long. We want to give her plenty of warning. let her have some peace and quiet for a little bit.
And but I will warn her. I warn all my friends. I said, I do regret yelling all the time. I yelled. I was angry. I remember being angry a lot during menopause. I don't know what about, but I was angry, and I yelled a lot, and I regret that and putting that on my family.
Well, yeah, but your medications weren't working properly because your hormones were all out of whack, and there was all that mixed in there. So yeah, all good.
We made it through.
Yeah, that's all that matters. I know, scare this poor lady. That's what I was trying to avoid, woman. God. All right, what's next?
Preteens playing outside alone. They're 9 and 11.
And I mean, okay, first,
They're her children,
yeah.
and she wants to know if it's okay.
Where do you? It depends. This is kind of location dependent. Some places is fine, in other places it's not. Right?
Uh-huh.
There's neighborhoods where you don't let anybody. You don't go play outside. And there's places where the whole neighborhood goes and plays outside, and with no adults watching, except somehow there's always an adult watching somewhere. It's
Yeah.
There's still places like that. So my answer is it's location dependent. If you feel like it's okay and safe, you don't live in a neighborhood where gunshots are randomly happen.
Uh-huh.
It's probably fine. But this is coming from a person who, grew up as a latchkey kid, walked home in the first grade, second grade. Being alone at 7 and 9 years old was 11 years old was not an issue. It was happened all the time.
Yeah.
So,
I was 7, 8 out in a rural setting. Anybody could have come by and just rolled me up.
I was a suburban setting.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But the world is mostly safe, right? It just is, and some neighborhoods are more safe than others. Can you always protect your kids from the random dangers? No, but you can't do that anyway. So you teach them to be aware and know how to run fast, and that kind of thing. Just empower them rather than try to shield them. You can't wrap them in bubble wrap, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good for them. Yeah. So that's mine. But also, when they're outside alone, they're not always alone. You keep an eye out on them.
You do. You
listen.
keep an ear out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the windows open so you can see, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Grandparents disapprove of indoor climbing wall.
Yeah.
They have 2 very active children who were just ripping the house up. So they just built this wall and said, go at it. So now the kids focus on the wall. They're really digging it. They love the wall.
Yeah.
They're constantly on the wall, and they leave the rest of the house alone.
Yeah. Your grandparents can stuff it. What do they care? That's nice. It's nice to have an opinion.
The kids are going to get hurt.
Probably. Kids get hurt. That's what happens. It's how they learn when their limits are. Preventing that is actually dangerous to them. You're not doing them any favors, overly protecting them. So you're doing all right.
You're doing well.
Yeah. Tell your grandparents to pound rocks. Go climb a rock. There you go. Tell your grandparents to go climb a rock. So, if you're real honest, the grandparents start teaching your grandkids parkour.
Really freak them out.
Yeah. That'd be my solution to the thing, but you may not want to go that far. Okay.
This one, I'm just very confused. My husband pooped too much for me to feel comfortable having another baby with him.
Well, what's the two things connected?
Well, she's going to have that her baby will poop too much too. She averted it with the first one.
Uh-huh. Okay, but I'm still not sure how those two
He's
things
in the bathroom all the time. He's just not present.
All right, stop feeding them dairy. That's my first suggestion. If you're pooping that much, there's something wrong, and it's usually in your diet, which probably means dairy. So,
yeah, no more milk.
Yeah,
cut down on cheese. Ice cream is out. You have to get the non-dairy ice cream. There are ways around this. But cut the dairy. Try that.
Yeah, that's really you should just
maybe even send him to the doctor if he'll go.
Yeah, well, he probably doesn't think it's a problem because he doesn't make a connection. But
you have to tell him you're alarmed by this.
Yeah, because
well, he's becoming just less attractive. As a desirable.
Well, there's probably more than just that then. That seems like a weird thing to focus on. So
I know.
There's more to it than that.
I know. What else is going on?
Gained weight. But, there's all kinds of things. There's a number of reasons for that to happen. But yeah, if I'm going to suggest anything, for 9 times out of 10, okay, maybe not 9, 7 out of 10 times, you got a guy who's pooping too much randomly like that. It's too much dairy in their diet.
Okay.
People get lactose intolerant and we're stupid. We don't make the connection. And we don't think it's because we ate 3 bowls of cereal last night. We think it's just the way it is. Well, it's because you always eat 3 bowls of cereal, so it is kind of normal for you. It's not really normal.
No.
Yeah. It might be what happens to you, but it's not normal. All right.
Now, these parents. No.
If you're asking, the answer is yes. Okay, so what's the question?
Too many activities for a 4-year-old. He asks.
Yeah.
He likes sports.
Uh-huh.
He likes music.
Uh-huh.
He's like, he wants play dates. He's constantly moving.
Okay, here's the focus. Don't try to do too much at once. Have seasons, right?
Uh-huh.
Have a basketball season, or if make him choose what he likes most, so he can actually focus on that. If he's a basketball player, then he's got basketball season, and sure, he can still do other stuff.
He's into all sports. He wants it all. Everything that he hears another kid involved with, he wants to do that.
All right, well, does he just want to try things? And you go out and give him a try, and does he drop them after he tries them?
Yeah.
Or does he want to take it serious?
No, he's dropping.
Oh, well, then you just let him try as many things as he can. He'll find the thing he's most interested in.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. And he's 4. So, yeah.
Exactly.
He's
4.
Let him try.
He's learning. He's learning what he likes.
Hey, you've got a 4-year-old with an open mind. Come, imagine that.
Ooh. When did that happen?
I bet you he has an open mind with food too.
Yeah.
I bet you he does. He's open-minded. He'll try new foods. So, but yes, it is your job to moderate, partly for him, but also for you. Right? You can't run around like a crazed animal trying to keep up with this child's random interests.
Can't.
So you make a list of all the things he's interested in, and you start working your way through them, slowly. So you give him a list, like a bucket list.
But I like the seasons. It's football season. It's
Yeah. I forgot that he was 4, so it's really kind of. I'd say it's too young for that. It should be too young for that, but these days that's kind of what the high profile. It's what the people who want their kids to succeed and whatnot. But that's not what this kid is doing. This kid is just experimenting with stuff.
He's trying stuff out.
Yeah, and let him try stuff out.
Absolutely. Have fun. Have fun with him. He's exploring the world.
But it is your job to moderate it. So make a list, give him a bucket list, and you get to go through the bucket list and try things.
Yeah.
Kind of randomly. Because he's not taking them seriously, so you don't need to take them seriously. You just make sure he gets to know that he's going to get to try them at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if he wants to try a rock wall, go have him try climbing a rock wall.
Yeah.
All right.
And would 2 or 3 violin lessons really hurt?
No, because you don't need to invest in a violin.
Yeah, no.
You go to the Skips music or your version of it. I guess over here there's a Tim's music or whatever, and you take a violin lesson there.
Yeah.
Even though at 4, I wouldn't give him a violin lesson. You put it on the list.
Well, this was one of the things he was interested in.
Well, yeah.
Was a violin.
Yeah, you put it on the list and you get to it when he's 6.
Okay.
That's your job of moderating the list. Okay.
When to be concerned about 7-year-old lying? Because she's been lying, 5, 6, and they tried and they've been talking to her about this, and there has been consequences. But she just turned 7 and she's still doing it.
Well, of course she's still doing it.
She's 7.
But it as long as you're not rewarding it, you don't actually have to have consequences. It just has to not be rewarded. Is really at this age is the biggest thing. Because some kids, the rebellion thing, they're going to lie just because they get your attention.
Yeah.
So she might be lying for attention and she doesn't even realize it. But when she lies, she gets attention from you.
Yeah.
It may not be good attention, but it's attention.
Yeah.
It also could be she's testing limits.
She's learning about the world.
Or she could be living in a fantasy world.
Well, she's 7. She is. She's half in and out.
Yeah. So I don't know. It really kind of depends what they're lying about. Right? Some lies you don't really care about. You just don't acknowledge. She's lying about the adventures of her and her invisible friend. That's nice, dear. Go write that down as a story. So you remember it later. And next thing you know, when she's older, she has stories to go back and rewrite.
There you go.
But she's not so much lying as she's creating.
Yeah.
She's creating a fictional world. Okay, fine. Use that. Go have her write it down, or while she remembers it. Yeah. Because you're never going to be this creative again in your life.
It could be the world's next Harry Potter. Don't know.
You don't know. But, if she's lying that, something relatively dangerous, that's a different story.
Yeah.
No, I didn't turn on the gas stove when she turned on the stove.
Yeah.
These kind of things. So when to be concerned? When she's lying about stuff that matters. If she's just lying about her fantasy world she's living in, what do you care? If she's lying about stuff that matters, then A, you don't reward it, and B, the more serious it gets. At 7, I'm always reluctant to punish because then you're actually creating something to rebel against.
Okay.
So I focus on not rewarding, but that's parenting style. That's not necessarily better or worse than anybody else's. That's just my personal attempt after failing the other ways many times. So
yeah.
But my children were different. So All right.
Okay, new driver. I'm terrified.
Okay, this answer is gonna work with me here. Stick with me after I give you the beginning of this answer. You should be. You are in control of a 2,000-pound object that has the ability to change somebody's life,
Yeah,
if not end it.
yeah.
You should be a little terrified. That's healthy. You are behind the wheel of something that is, it's a big responsibility.
This is a parent. The parent
Yeah.
has a new driver in the home.
Well, that's not what this question says.
Well, that's what it is. I'm sorry. I placed that wrong. This is a parent, and their teenager just started driving.
Yeah.
And she is just on pins and needles every time they go out.
Well, you should be there. That's actually my thing. It's still dry.
Still good. Yeah.
Still stands.
Still stands.
This is why you buy extra insurance if you can afford it. But here's the thing. New drivers, they become better drivers once they hit something. And you kind of just hope they didn't hit something that's stationary. A pole. Fire hydrant. Well, maybe not a fire hydrant. Those are expensive if they break them. But you know what I mean. You just want them to hit something. That doesn't really hurt anything. One of the poles at a gas station. That's kind of routine things for new drivers to hit. Those big bollards that protect the gas pumps. There's a reason they have those things there. Because new drivers love hitting those things.
And it seems like every single one of them will get into a little fender bender. If not, scrape the whole side of the car.
Yeah, against the wall of your house.
Against the wall of your house. Consciously.
Yeah. After his siblings tell him that
you're going to hit the wall.
Hey, do I got this? No. I think I do. Hey, I hit the wall. Should I stop? No, I'm just going to keep going.
Down the whole side of the car.
Yeah, it happens. He hadn't hit anything since.
Well, no. They only do it once.
Yeah, because life becomes real after that, right?
It really does. I'm not perfect at this.
Yeah. That's why.
Brings the ego down a little bit.
That's why in our days, they gave us pieces of junk cars because they knew we were just going to hit something with them.
They knew we were going to hit something.
And so you didn't get a good car until you wrecked at least one. And you can wreck it all kinds of ways. You can smash a curb. You don't have to actually smash.
You don't have to hit somebody. No. Hit a to run over a berm. Too fast.
Even though parked cars are common.
Parked cars.
That's why you buy extra insurance. So
yeah.
To cover the other driver.
And you teach them what to do before, you leave a note if.
Yeah, all you have to do is make sure that new driver understands the full consequences of his behavior.
Yeah.
You're an adult now. You're going to get treated like an adult. If you do something stupid, you're going to get treated like an adult. Regardless of whether you're an adult or not, you're going to get treated like one. So,
yeah.
And you should. So this is a huge responsibility for them. So you should be a little terrified because they do have the opportunity to make mistakes. And you just hope when they make a mistake that they're the only one around. And it's not very comforting, but you went through the same thing. Just think about what your parents went through when you became a first-time driver.
See?
Yeah. I hope we have kids just like you. Yeah, they did, didn't they?
They did.
All right. Love isn't static. It stretches, it bends. And sometimes it asks you to grow in ways you didn't expect. You're not alone in that. All right. For me and Lovey, have a good night. And please remember to love everybody.
Good night.